are just as happy to see me. I know I posted some kind of extreme things this morning, but just wow, my feelings, my heart, my soul, I'm just like mesmerized by what man has chosen to do with technology. When we look at these companies like DARPA, we have seen like Spot, right? Or like how we have weaponized technology. We are just so thoughtless organisms, and just like almost nothing that God has made has been enough. We always want to be better. We want to become God. We've kind of like pleased and made God proud because of like how much honor and respect and integrity and paying attention. But at the same time, there's so much illusion, which is why, like, you could say the Holy Spirit or God, Jesus, right? All these loving energies are showing you all the plant medicines, right? And I don't think that the sudden legalization of like LSD and psilocybin is good, or like in the health ideas of the masses, if I'm going to be honest, especially if it becomes a genetically modified marijuana or a genetically modified mushroom. It's not the same, okay? These things form naturally, much like LSD with ergot. Yes? Okay? Okay. Maddie's texting me right now. Yeah, she's saying how it wouldn't leave me alone. I know. I don't even want to talk about this with the weaponized bugs. I'm just really heartbroken and confused by this, and it's mainly how like they're weaponizing our auras and coming into our fields and planting thoughts and just like energetic vibrations just in our field. Like imagine a fly is coming here, vibrates a certain thing that makes the whole nervous system go, right? Entities. Some of you are very familiar with entities. Let me get back to what I was saying before. The legalization of psychedelics. I don't think it's in the highest best interest for the masses. I do think that everyone has their own special medicine. I do believe also in being pure and like really honoring our temple and being able to be really happy and whole and loving and embodying, you could say, that Krishna light or that Christ light, that enlightened, like where your heart is light and you're shining the light in your eyes, right? Not glossed over, alcoholism or just deep pain and suffering, right? Like you can see the light. It's hard, meaning you can see love, you can see peace everywhere instead of seeing like, oh, darkness, pain, illusion, suffering. However, if you could also understand the human experience the way that you could say these secret societies have come to understand consciousness, you think that they don't know this stuff about dimethyltryptamine? You think they don't know this stuff about neuroscience? You think they don't know this stuff? Why do you think they are so interested in legalizing this stuff? Okay, I do not want you to just like indulge in it just because it's there. Divine source a lot of times will not provide the medicine if you are not meant to experience it. Sometimes they are testing you. Be careful because there are fake medicines out there, such as fake lysergic acid. Please get yourself a $100 kit. You can test it. You can reach out to different psychedelic integration coaches. I suggest you to reach out to Mara if this is resonating with you. She is someone who is very well educated in this subject that I'm talking about right now, and I'm not really interested in elaborating on this subject at this time. Trina Medicine, which is me, the business that I am building, and representing this bittersweetness of lights, colors, touch, healing therapies. Touch. You don't understand the power of healing touch and electromagnetism and intention and energy. I can send you loving energy right now. I'm going to ask that you give permission to feel my hand on your heart. You have to mean it with all your heart. Some of you might have felt it instantly. You have to mean it. You can't be scared. Maybe close your eyes, go within. You can go heart center, okay? Do not use my energy for bad or abuse. Do not be fearful. It's up to you to trust the universe, okay? So there's healing energy all around us. And we have it for each other. And we don't see it. We just won't tell each other. If I could get like a person in front of me here, I could probably show you through like this third person interval, watching as an outsider looking in, where I could show you a different perspective. Understand? I love you so much. You don't know how much I love you. there's these lessons from Amrit Desai that came in my cards today as I was playing around, and I would love to share them with you. I wanted to text them to my boyfriend, but I forgot, and I was in a rush, and I was kind of manic. I need to make clear my boundaries, my will have, won't have list. One of my great spiritual teachers is always telling me, create your will have, won't have list. Like, imagine the future, imagine the words are, I'm a genie, write them down, I'm a genie. Imagine the word I, or should I say the letter I, is so powerful and potent. It's of the star level. Please be gentle when commanding your presence. Do not be a jerk and do like it's called black magic spells, right? I would call black magic meaning using your will, your way, instead of Yahweh, God's way, understand? So like, don't be saying, this girl will be mine, I'm going to own this person. This person's mine. Mine. All that, right? Right? That ain't love. Some of us confuse that with love. Like, some people are like, yeah, I want to be owned. I want to be someone's property, someone's husband, someone's wife. These are just stories. We are reserved for divine source, for God, light. You can feel that. However, sometimes we get so stuck in this, like, mankind, human programming where our DNA becomes so coiled up. So coiled up. Just you have to give permission to open yourself up to the light and forgiveness. What is Jesus? Jesus is forgiveness. What is forgiveness? True forgiveness is not allowing the past to affect the future. Words of Amrit Desai. And yes, totally channeling energy of my favorite Buddhist priest, which is Jesus Christ, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, Keith. Buddhist priestess here, Trina Christine Mason. I apologize if you are new here and this is overwhelming for you and that someone has sent this to you. Please subscribe. Please, yes, get notifications for my videos. Get woken up to my love, my energy, no matter what level I'm at. If you could find a way to love me no matter where I'm at, that's true love. That's true acceptance. Like, to me, that's true understanding. What is God? God is understanding. What is understanding? Understanding is love. What is love? Love is God. What is God? God is accepting. God is unconditionally loving. Be here now. Now here. Written down also is nowhere. Where are you? Always. Both. Understand. Molecules. Think about molecules, how they can exist at two places at once or how they disappear and reappear. Be mindful what your cells and organisms are doing on multiple levels of realities, of dimensions. Do you understand? The dimension, the 9th dimension, the 13th dimension. Please, they understand these things. That's why this sacred geometry stuff is so important. Ooh-wee. I think I'm okay. I love you so much. That's why I'm complaining. If I didn't care, I wouldn't complain, okay? I want you to hear. I want you to love. I want you to pay attention. There is open documents about particles being sprayed into the skies and about blacking out the sun. What do you think the sun is? They worship the sun. So if I'm a dark worker, what am I going to do? I'm going to put off the sun, right? I'm going to try to eliminate this, like, parallel reality of constantly reincarnating a million times, right? These souls, these reptilians, right? These dark entities, whatever. They're tired. They're tired of reincarnating. They thought that if you could burn these souls, the Salem people, right? They thought, right? People like that, they thought if you burn these souls, that it'll just purify the earth. It doesn't work that way. They come back. They come back and they live on through us as us. It's never the person, it's what's working through them. Please check out Fuller Life. Please. You'll know if you're meant to. Just, you'll know. That's one of my greatest teachers. I'm always talking about Fuller Life in Bali. I would love to go to Bali and to have a flower bath. I'm scared if I'm even allowed to travel. I am kind of called to travel. I'm like, who wants to, like, fund me to just travel everywhere? We'll just buy a bunch of airplanes. Yeah, I'll risk getting sick. Let's do it. You buying? Let's go. Life. We'll go to the Georgia Guidestones. We'll go to, like, Virginia. Oh my God, you know it'd be even cooler? We could get with nobody and go on nobody's bus and then, like, go places. And if I had my other way, we would turn nobody's bus into a vegetable-run bus. I want nobody's bus so bad. Like, I'm just a brat like that. And, like, yeah, I want to travel and be a circus sideshow with nobody. Nobody is just, like, so magical, but he also needs his freedom. We've discussed having multiple buses. It's going to take some time and process and integration. I would like to, like, interview these people and have, like, open stages. Tina, I love you. Please don't chop my head off. I love you. I'm so sorry. My cat escaped this morning, and yeah, I was kind of doing some work, and I'm really bad at time management, okay? I'm working on it. I appreciate you because you help me discipline myself. It's really hard to discipline myself sometimes because I feel like my parents told me that I could do whatever I wanted. And there's some great things about that because I learned a lot of stuff the hard way behind their backs, man. I did. I don't want to hurt their feelings. That's not my intention. I don't want them to suffer. I can't lie, when I was a child, there was times where I was like, why did you make me? What is life about? This is weird. I don't want to be here. I hate you. I think that maybe like a lot of us experience that experience and that trauma from birth, right? It's almost like the soul remembers. There's a lot of like things like quantum healing hypnotherapy that kind of talks openly about this stuff. I'm questioning if I should have been live right now, but maybe this is more appropriate. I'm trying to upload a video right now, but it says it's going to take 3 hours. I'm thinking maybe you could say when I get home or when I get to work, when I get to where I'm going. Was that the energy of June coming through me, dude? See, when I'm channeling, like, people don't understand mediumship. They don't understand all the different levels of reality. And, like, I have come to know these things. And I have many thanks to give to Pachamama. Pachamama is Mother Earth. Mother Earth, the mother, right? Some perceive God as the mother or the father or both. If only you could understand. I'm hearing about reading the right use of will. I need to listen to my angels and guides, man. They're trying to teach me, but I just don't listen. I'm like, no, I don't want to sit still and read this book. I don't want to. Or like, I've tried to read this book like 500 times. That's dramatic and fake and lies. So let me repeat. Okay, maybe like 3 to 4 times. Maybe twice, okay? But like I've seriously tried to sit down and underline. I've sat with the book, and some stuff really registered. And some stuff I was just like not ready to throw a fit of anger. Like there's so much anger inside, and if I had to narrate like what the energy is in my stomach, it's like the energy of betrayal. Or like I let my guard down and I became like a person that I'm not proud of, and it feels like slightly this life, right? But it also feels like epigenetic memory, like where fears live on for 14 years. So I'm experiencing that, and like as I go into my, you could say, sadhana, my yoga practice, like this DNA uncoils and unwinds, and it's really interesting, the divine timing, you know, like on this day in history things go down like this, this, and this. It's really hard to explain, but if you look at your social media, believe it or not, they're capturing and want you to know this is what's going on in that, and they want you to know, hey, we're paying attention to this. This is kind of important. You ever notice how time repeats itself, or how you'll purposely do the same thing over and over again, especially if we give you the power of suggestion of your old recycled thoughts and your old ways of being? Yes, sometimes you can try to see the greater good in it, of like, you know, how far have I come? However, please understand your mind, understand the brain, how it works. Daniel Kahneman, Thinking Fast and Slow. I can only thank my boyfriend for forcing me to go through that discipline of reading that book. And I did learn a lot, and some of it was just like painful to think about, you know, like certain mathematical equations with the baseball. Or is it a baseball bat? God, I was just like, You ever like, It's like trying to be something that you're not. That's all I had to explain. And like, this is how I feel about relationships. Like when you try to make someone else be with you, who's not meant to be with you, who's not true love, it doesn't come natural. You know what I mean? Like 2 pieces fits. Like if you ever had love, like you know what that feels like. You know. And then like, I believe on the soul level thing too, you know? Like intuition. I can't narrate this. I wish that I could sometimes, because I want you to understand the difference of these energetic imprints of true love and just sex and healing contracts and past life relationships. Or like, yeah, like past life relationships. Let's explain that just in like a small section, okay? So imagine like, you can say your people, right? Your great aunt, okay? Your great aunt. And and then like my great uncle, right? Whatever. Let's say that like back then they like hooked it up, right? They made love once or whatever. And then let's say in this life, on that exact date that they made love or whatever, we meet, hey, what's good? I'm gonna shake your hand, what's good, fam? Like that. That's like destiny, ourselves come into alignment with ease. Perfectly. Fibonacci. Think Fibonacci. Think how things unfold. That's how every reality and every moment. But we have free will. We are energy fields. We can choose. I will have peace. I won't have riots. I won't have hell. I won't have chaos. You have to choose that though. You understand? What's going on though is the cells have been programmed and conditioned for generations. You don't understand how these electromagnetic wires and how society has been manipulated into what it is for generations. But people that live in the Amazon, people from other countries, you know what's up. You know the ways of living out in nature with nothing and being happy. That's the difference between our people and those people. You feel me? We need to find peace and contentment with our breath, with our temple, with ourselves, our Lord, us, our Lord, ourselves, us. Like Satanism, it's all about worshiping yourself. Did you know that? Did you ever see the Satanist Bible? So please put the whole, all, us, co-creation, Jedi, us together first, instead of force, manipulation, control. I hope you really liked my old videos. And like, yeah, I could really use some financial support. Because like, I'm investing constantly. I'm constantly investing in other people. Constantly. And like, you might be one of them. I might be giving you like, you could say free attention. Like acknowledging you and like really sitting with you through your problems. Almost like a girlfriend, right? Some call me goddess. Some call me friend. Some call me sister. Please don't be a rapist, man. I shouldn't have to tell you that, dude. I'm like, don't think about me that way. Don't think about me that way. Unless you're my husband, and even then, don't think about me that way either. You feel me? Like my real hubby, like once you're my hubby, then you can think about me. But if you're not my hubby, and then you're thinking about being my hubby, my husband, no, dude, please. I don't give consent for that. I'm telling you right now, I'm in love with somebody. Please, reserve me. Reserve me for God. Let me be married to God. Create space like that. Let me be loved, true loved. Like, and God loves me in such an amazing way. Such an amazing way. Like, I'll show up on a piece of property somewhere, and I swear to God, like an angel or a teacher or a guide, right, will step through the person and come to me, and they'll say a particular word that I'm like saying to God in the prayers in my closet, right? Like, I'm just gonna make a joke, right? Like, let's say I'm praying and I'm saying the word heaven a lot. I'm just gonna use that. Please, like on my prayer, let's pretend my prayer is every night. Please God, let me go to heaven. I want to be such a good person. I want to be able to go to heaven. Please help me be good. Please. Okay? And then like, let's pretend that source or spirit, the great spirit, whatever, Jesus Christ, all that stuff, right? Let's pretend that like the way that it lets me know it's listening to me is that like it'll say the words heaven out like my boyfriend's mouth, or out of like someone who doesn't like believe in, like, you could say Jesus Christ, or like the religious stuff of like the Quran or the Bhagavad Gita, right? Does anyone know Upanishads? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm like, am I getting off here? Like, I'm really lost. I'm anxious. I can already feel the intense energy at the shop, man. I got one more exit to go. I'm at 118. Alright, just this road seems to go forever, man. And it almost has this vibe of like being in Orlando when I'm out here. Love to talk to Varnies about this, about how this feels like that. I wonder what he would say. I bet he would know a lot about the ley lines. We've been discussing about creating like a Purple Rose YouTube channel, and then like teaching about all the tarot cards and sharing all this knowledge. Yes. I'm also available for private readings if you like. I would love for you to book private time with me, privately, through just me. Meaning like that I get 100% of the income, so that you directly pay me, maybe Cash App or PayPal, or what are other ways to send financial means? No Venmo. be like, no Western Union. Our system is so interesting, isn't it? It's so interesting. The cash system. I feel like I'm supposed to talk more about that stuff for you guys, but I just also feel like you guys are so manipulated and programmed. It's hard to have compassion, because it's just like, the idiocracy, your self-worth. Where's your self-worth? Look at how you have been conditioned to think that you are nothing. You don't even understand your poop. You understand? You don't understand your poop or your vomit or number one, right? You don't understand it. You don't understand it. You need to take time to understand it. Understand yourself, your cells, your feelings, your body, your mind. In homeopathy, like in holistic medicine, I mean, those are the basic things that they look at. You understand? You don't understand your hair, how it's an extension of your nervous system, why they shaved the heads of all the people for generations. Why do you think they did that? Why do you think all the religious texts talk about the hair and your connection to God? What's up with that? Why aren't you thinking? You know? Like, instead of like being brainwashed by how all the people who are secret society people disguised as Christians, right? Like, disguised as good, godly people, right? And if I'm an evil worker, what am I going to do? I'm not going to tell you I'm an evil person, right? You have to trust your intuition, your feelings. Your intuition, your feelings aren't just going to say, this person is garbage. You're not going to randomly experience that. Man, I'm getting some really emotional texts from my homegirl right now, and I totally feel like she needs some love and affection. So let me disconnect from here and focus on getting to work while also acknowledging where she's at. Man, I'm learning so much about natural medicine. Maybe you can help. People are so stupid. Makes me so upset. Can we, you know how I've been talking about weaponized diseases? I feel like herpes is one of the weaponized diseases. Okay? Herpes. It's weaponized because they know that it's so easily contacted. It can get on your feet, on your hands, on your face. And you'd barely even notice it. Okay? And there's so many different versions of the herpes virus. They have manipulated it. When I had to express and explain what it's like the cell's turning itself inside out and tearing itself apart. The skin is beginning to split. And I know that there's tons of you that have it, and you don't know it. You can get a blood test and test for HSV1, HSV2. You can test for the other herpes as well. I'm trying to think of a couple cold sores, smallpox, shingles, a bunch of them that count as, I want to say HSV, herpes simplex virus. I'm still kind of new. However, again, I think that this is weaponized. They don't test for it. It's one in every 2 people. You have to go to an STD place or these lab corporations or whatever now, and specifically ask by name, hey, I want to be tested for this. I want to be tested for that. There's actually diseases that they can't even test for, and they don't tell you that stuff, right? Anyone that's a nurse, you can ask all your nursey friends. But honestly, they don't really want to look at that. If I had to be honest, right? They don't want to think about that. MRSA is the same. I'm always telling you, these diseases, they live in the nose. 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 They're putting chemicals in the air. There's all this stuff happening. There are particles put into the food called nanoparticles in food. Google that. You don't believe me? Google nanoparticles. Nanotechnology in food. Sorry. I'm sorry if you paused and you got thrown off. Nanotechnology in food. I think that it can be so just sprayed in a wax, and I think that it can Like, I think it can be intelligent. It can go deep into the roots and like reprogram the food. Just like how we can talk to our water and pray over it and bless it and turn it holy. Same thing with our food, blessing it and turning it holy, right? So I think it's the other way too, that if there's a darker energy, that possibly these things can be programmed to not be nourishing or to not have the same nutrients as they had been originally created to have, in order to provide appropriate things for the brain, you know? Like walnuts for the brain, or spinach for the heart, especially for women, especially gentlemen. I want to be like, only gentlemen. I love gentlemen. I love gentle ladies too. I like hardcore warriors as well. So please stay strong, love yourself, give yourself a hug, do it for me. Wrap your arms the other way too, give yourself two. Take time, go slow. Do I have to show you? Here's one, and here's another. One, two. Listen to your body, it'll tell you what to do if you take your time and go slow. It's 10:03, I'm late AF. I feel sick. I'm concerned that there's like a new thing. Are you gonna let me go? Yay, thank you for letting me go. Alright. I'm only like 3 minutes late, and I'm just like being so strict and harsh on myself. I'm grateful though I caught George, because like, if he would have been outside all day, not have been a happy puppy. Got a lot of stuff to carry in. I'm always bringing my own equipment. I'm a 1099 person here, however, of course the shop gets a cut. I'm grateful for everyone that I've met here. Yes, I love you. I should really work on like texting if I'm gonna run late. I was going 90 to pass. It was to pass a person. Oh my god. I also imagine like the truth being weaponized against us, and like also like freedom not being allowed, right? Like God gives us freedom to do this, and then like man says, no, you can't do that, right? Stuff like that. Yet also man sometimes is the one who says like what God says that we're allowed and not allowed to do. I think the times are always changing, and I think that you can have your own connection to God basically and like connect. However, like sometimes you might not be able to tell the difference, like which energy you're talking to, you know? Like think about like those who mess with Ouija boards, right? Like those energies, they say I love you, right? I want to be with you. Trust me, I'm your friend. Don't trust that. Again, we'll go back. If I'm a lying, cheating thief, do I say, hey, I'm a lying, cheating thief? Do I say that? No, right? Gotta be honest. Sometimes it's hard to be honest with ourselves. And I think that it's important to confess our sins. Like, yeah, I will confess that I feel like I have taken stuff that isn't mine. Like, I bought an item that like I wanted that I might have felt like was for someone else. And then I questioned that about like partners. Like, should I not have dated that person? Would that person have been free to be with their true love if it wasn't for me existing? So I question those things, and then it scares me and makes me sad. I just want to be a good guy, don't you know? I'm here now. I got work to do. Oh, hush, hush, hope on funnel. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Loving you.